subtraction. It is the addition of the righteousness of Christ. He is declared uh, right, righteous. The righteousness I have is not my own righteousness, because my righteousness is not acceptable. But I have a perfect righteousness, which is Christ. The sense of this verse seems to be this: since the Jews had to forsake the law in order to be justified by Christ, and therefore take his place as a sinner, is Christ the one who makes him a sinner? Paul's answer is, of course, not. The Jew, like the Gentile, was a sinner by nature. He would not be justified by the law given by Peter in his address before the great council in Jerusalem. Now, therefore, why tempt ye God to be a yoke upon the neck of the disciples, which either which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear? But we believe that through the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, we shall be saved, even as they. Acts chapter 15, verse 10 and 11. You see, Peter and Paul were in agreement on the doctrine of justification by faith. Verse 18, for if I build again the things which I destroyed, I make myself a transgressor. In other words, Paul is saying, if I go back under the law, I make myself a transgressor. However, he is free from the law. How did he become free from the law? And that concludes that section. Now let's move on to the next section, which is verse 19. For I know the law, for I through the law am dead to the law, that I might live unto God. Paul is saying when Christ died, he died for me. He died in my stead because the law had condemned me. You see, the law was a ministration of condemnation, a ministration of death, and is what Paul calls it in 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 7. It condemns me. Even under the legal system, God would have had to destroy the nation of Israel. But he gave the sacrificial system 5 sacrifices, all of them pointing to Christ. God, by his marvelous grace, was able to save. Therefore, the mercy seat was a throne of grace where a nation could find forgiveness of sins. The law, therefore, condemned me. The law has accused me. We stand guilty before the law, so the law actually is responsible for Jesus dying for us. The law condemns us, said we had to die. All right, now, if I am dead to the law, then I am no longer responsible to the law. The law has already killed me. It has executed me, and I am dead to the law. Therefore, the law could not do for me what Christ has done for me. He not only took my place and died for me, but he also did something else. He was able to give me life. He came back from the dead. You see, the law arrested, condemned, sentenced, and slew us. That is all the law could do for us. If you want to come by the law route, you'll get death. Only Christ can give you life, and after all, life is what we need today. And that concludes